Hello everyone and welcome back to the breakdown. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make a Minecraft server in order to play Minecraft with your friends, get it set up, and it's not going to matter whether your friend is in the same house as you or across the world from you, they will be able to play on this server once we have got it set up and running. We're going to be doing this in Minecraft 1.15.2. We're going to be going over every single step of it, from setting up the server to allowing your friends to join it. But that is something I do want to stress here. This is for your friends and family. Only the people that you are okay with coming to your house should be trusted on this server. That is because it is hosted with your own public IP address. And via your public IP address, people can find out where you live, your city, state, and zip code, even down to the longitude and latitude coordinates. They can also do things like take your internet offline via a DDoS attack. So that's something that you want to do as well. And that's why this is only meant for people you trust. Now, on top of that, it is hosted on your own computer's resources. And you don't need a great computer, but you need an okay computer in order to be able to run a server and play Minecraft at the same time. So that's something I do have to mention at the front end, because if you don't have an okay computer, you're probably not going to be able to host this server effectively without it lagging. However, it's okay if you do want a public server or if you don't have a good computer, because we do have a solution for you. And that solution is Apex Minecraft Hosting. You see, with Apex Minecraft Hosting, they host the server on their own hardware, meaning you don't have to have any worry about your computer specs. If you can join another Minecraft server, like play.breakdowncraft.com, for example, if you can join that, or Hypixel, or any other Minecraft server, you're going to be able to join an Apex Minecraft Hosting server and play on it without any problems. On top of that, because it's hosted on Apex own hardware, you don't have to worry about your IP address ever getting exposed or being, out publicly or anything like that. It is meant for anybody and everybody. If you have a server on Apex Minecraft Hosting, you don't have to worry about that. It is meant and able for anyone and everyone to join. You could post your Apex Minecraft server IP in the comment section of this video and it would not matter, because that is what Apex is meant for. On top of that, Apex does have DDoS protection, so that's not something you have to worry about either. Apex is so great actually that we host our own server, play.breakdowncraft.com, on them. We trust them, we love them, and that's why we recommend them. On top of that, Apex makes setting up a server super easy with just 5 minutes to get your Minecraft server set up from start to finish without any worry, any hassle, anything like that. They've got 24/7 support, meaning 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can chat with a live person at Apex Minecraft Hosting to help you out if your server does have any problems. And then last but not least, they allow you to add plugins to your server, add mods to your server, play mod packs on your server, all of that stuff quickly and easily over at Apex with just a few clicks of a button. Again, we love Apex so much that we love and trust them ourselves. So again, you can check out Apex, the first link down below, the breakdown.xyz/Apex, to get an incredible 24-hour Minecraft server set up in under 5 minutes. You see how long this video is? You can set it up at Apex in under 5 minutes with no port forwarding or anything like that. Apex makes it quick and easy. And again, you can check that out at the first link down below, the breakdown.xyz/Apex. Nevertheless, what if you don't want a server set up with Apex? What if you want a server that's just for your friends and family, that's hosted on your own computer, that is able to be played on and enjoyed with those friends? Well, let's go ahead and get that set up. So the first thing you want to do is go to the second link in the description down below, and that's going to take you here. This is actually our text tutorial on starting a Minecraft server. I know I talk fast, I know I move through these things fast, but if I didn't, these videos would be, 40, 50, 60 minutes long. So that's why I move quickly through some of the parts of this tutorial. If I do move too fast, no worries though, because all of this here is, everything I mentioned in this video is right here in this tutorial. It goes through every single step of getting the server set up, even port forwarding. It is all covered here. So if I go too fast, this is where you can get that information. However, if you're ready to follow along with the tutorial, once you're here, come here, scroll down and click on this green download Minecraft button. What that's going to do is take us off to the Minecraft server download. So as you can see, we have download Minecraft 1.15.2.jar there. Click on that Minecraft _server 1.15.2.jar, and in the bottom left you will have a server.jar download. Now if you're on Google Chrome, it's going to be in the bottom left, and we will need to click that keep file there. So do we want to keep it? Yes, we do. It is 100% safe. I mean, we are downloading this from minecraft.net. Now on Mozilla Firefox, it's going to pop up in the center of your screen where you want to click on the save button. It's 100% safe. Like I said, we're downloading it from Minecraft's official website here. Now if we go ahead and minimize our browser, on my desktop here, I do have a server.jar file. What we want to do is right click and create a new folder, and then you can title this folder whatever you want. I'm going to title it play.breakdowncraft.com because that is our incredible Minecraft server. It's a network server. We've got survival, medieval, and aquatic, and skyblock. You'll love it. If you love survival or skyblock, come play with us. But nevertheless, once you've got that folder created, go ahead and take that server.jar and drag and drop it into that folder. Now go ahead and double click on it, and here we have our server.jar and just a bunch of white space. Now in the past, I used to tell you to right click and create a new text document and all that stuff. If you go watch our older server tutorials, that's how you would do it. However, times have changed, everyone, and now what you need to do in order to get a server.jar working here is simply double click on it. Now, that might not work for everyone, and if it doesn't, that's okay. Now, it's going to work for me here. What it's going to do is give you this EULA.txt file. Now, and a server.properties file, as well as logs there. But if it doesn't do that, if it doesn't just magically generate an EULA.txt file when you double click on the server.jar, no worries. Here's what you need to do. You need to go to the description of this video, and you will find this. This is our tutorial for how to download and install Java for Minecraft servers. So go through this tutorial, go through this process, and get the correct version of Java. Once you've got that, you should be able to double click on it. But if you can't, not a worry. You need to run the jar fix, right? So you need to run the jar fix and get the server set up, basically all of your .jar files working with Java once again. That's what jar fix is going to do. It's going to make all the jar files work with Java just like they should. So that's what that's going to do. Click a little 3-step tutorial there. Basically, it should have this kind of coffee logo. That's what the Java logo is. It's coffee. It's a coffee cup. But yeah, there is the Java logo. It should have that on the server.jar. If it doesn't, it's not going to work, and you need to run that jar fix and download and install the correct version of Java. However, once you've double clicked on that, and it does have this EULA.txt file here, double click on that, and it will open in Notepad here. Now you want to change EULA equals false to EULA equals true, TRUE, exactly like that. Then you want to do file save, assuming you do agree to the Minecraft EULA here. Click on file save after you've changed EULA equals true to, well, EULA equals true here. And then you should be able to double click on that server.jar again. This time it's going to go ahead and download your world files and do everything that you need it to do to get the server set up. It's also going to open up this right here. Now, it might pop this up, and I'm glad it did here, and basically this is the Windows Defender firewall has blocked some features of this app. That's not good. We don't want it doing that. So what we want to do is click on Allow Java Platform SE Binary to communicate on these networks. You want it to select the private networks and public networks. So you want both of those checked, and then click Allow Access. What we just did is made an exception in your firewall for your Minecraft server. That's going to help out later and make it easier for your friends to join it. So as you can see here, we're getting all of this set up. It's preparing the spawn world. And then basically once you've done this, you've set up your server. But your friends can't join your server, right? Your friends can't join it because you need to port forward in order for your friends to join your server. So let's go ahead and get this set up. Once it is set up, I will show you what you need to do in order to allow your friends to port forward. So waiting, there we go. Once you see done here, your server is set up. It is up, it is running, you have nothing else to worry about. Now, it is at this point, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to op yourself on your server, because we're here and it's just easier to do it at this point than it is later in the tutorial. So what you want to do is come here in this like text box under the login chat and go ahead and type OP space whatever your username is. In my case, my username is Nick's Games. Yours may be something different, and then hit enter there. And then it's going to, as you can see, say made Nick's Games or whatever your username is, operator. I can go ahead and do that for my alt as well, for example. So if I go ahead and op and then my alt, that's going to be op Nick's Games, or op Nick King made Nick King an operator. So there you go. Now at this point, we're going to go ahead and stop our server. The only correct way to stop your server and make it no longer use your computer's resources is to type right here in this text box, STOP. Just type stop in that text box and hit enter. Now it's going to go ahead and shut down your server, make sure everything's shut down correctly, and then close out of that console. So there you have it. That is how you can get a server started. But at this point, your friends can't join it or anything like that, so we need to port forward. Don't worry though, we have helped millions of people port forward their Minecraft servers and helped their friends join, so let's go ahead and just jump straight on into it. The first thing we need to do is go ahead and click on the top left of our screen. For me, for you it's probably in the bottom left, but in the top or bottom left of your screen, you see that little Windows icon. That's going to open the start menu when you click on it, and then in here you need to type in CMD. So we'll have command prompt here. Go ahead and click on command prompt, and then in command prompt here, we want to type IPCONFIG. ipconfig exactly like that, and hit enter. Then you're going to get a bunch of useless information you don't need. So don't forget about this. I know there's a lot of stuff here. What we want to do is scroll up until we see IPv4 address and default gateway. Then we want to go ahead and open up Notepad, right like so, and then in this Notepad document we want to copy over our IPv4 address and our default gateway from command prompt. So our IPv4 address is right like so, and that is going to be 192.168.1.1. And then for our default gateway, that is going to be 192.168.1.1. Sorry, our IPv4 address is .1.123. Yeah, so IPv4 address, exact number there, 192.168.1.123. There that is. And then our default gateway is 192.168.1.1. Now, yours is probably completely different from that, and that is okay. Now, you might be asking, Nick, default gateway, what's this thing with numbers and letters and all that stuff? That's not your default gateway. That is going to be your IPv6 default gateway. You don't need that. What you need is just that simple default gateway, 192.168.1.1. If there's a single number, a single letter in there, that is like, a single letter specifically. It shouldn't have any letters in your default gateway. So go ahead and get the one that is just numbers. That second line there for me, 192.168.1.1. Once you've got that, you can close out of the command prompt. We just need these two numbers. Now what we want to do is come back over here to our server folder, and then we want to double click on the server.properties file. Then in here, we want to scroll down until we find server-ip equals. By the way, you might have to select this to open with Notepad, but find server-ip equals, and then we want to take our IPv4 address and put it next to server-ip equals. In my case, that's going to be 192.168.1.123. That's my IPv4 address, and I've put that right next to server-ip equals. Then we want to go ahead and do file save on our server.properties file, and now we can go ahead and port forward. To do this, you want to go to your browser, right? Open up your browser right like so, and then you want to open up a brand spanking new tab in your browser. Then you want to take your default gateway, so in my case that's going to be 192.168.1.1. So you want to take your default gateway here, copy that, and then paste it into your search box up at the top, where you might normally put in youtube.com or the breakdown.xyz. That's where you're going to put in the IP address that you found, your default gateway. Just go ahead and hit enter, and then that's going to take you to your router's login screen here. Now yours most likely looks completely different from mine, and that is perfectly fine. There's one similarity. There's going to be some sort of a login box. Now, yours may pop down from the top. Yours may be in the center of your screen. It might be popping up from the bottom. Who knows where it's at? Mine is right here, but you're going to have some sort of a login box. Now, what do you enter into this login box? Well, it just depends, right? It's going to depend on your router, who set up your internet, and things like that. I know that sounds complicated, but luckily we do have an in-depth tutorial, which you can find in the description down below, of how to find your router's password. This goes through 5 different methods on how to find your router's password, from, talking to the person who set up your internet, to checking your router for the sticker, to trying the default gateway or default username and password, to even contacting your ISP. However, most people find it by method number 3 here, and they're not having any issues getting their router port forwarded and logged into. Once you've got your router's password here, we want to go ahead and log into the router by clicking that sign in button, or entering your username and password and clicking log in. Whatever yours is, just enter it in there and log right on in. So as you can see, for me here, we're waiting to log in, and then boom, here we are. Now, when you log into your router, it's going to look completely different from what mine is, and that's perfectly fine. You might be like, how is that perfectly fine? How can I follow a tutorial, Nick, that has like everything different from what I'm looking at? How is that even possible? Well, 2 reasons. One, I'm going to go through everything. I'm going to go through every single name that port forwarding could possibly be on your router. Secondly, we have an in-depth tutorial going over port forwarding on all of the top routers today. Netgear, Asus, Linksys, Cisco. It is all covered. AT&T, Verizon. It is all covered in depth in this video. And even if your router isn't mentioned in that video, watch that video all the way through. I know it seems redundant, but watch it all the way through, because you will most likely have a router similar to that. Only 3 or 4 companies make most of the routers in the world, and so the software on them is very, very similar, right? So you'll learn the terms, you'll learn the information that your port forward might be called. That way, when you do log into your router, you'll be ready to go. So let's go ahead and port forward. Now for me, it is in security. For you, it may be in advanced. It might be in advanced, it might be in port forwarding / port triggering. It might be in apps and gaming. It might be in gaming and apps. It might be in NAT forwarding, NAT forwarding. It might be in NAT triggering, NAT triggering. It may be in NAT port forwarding, NAT port forwarding. It could be in all sorts of things. For me, it is in apps, is in security, and then it is in apps and gaming. Then it is in single port forwarding. Okay, so security for me, then apps and gaming, then single port forwarding, and now we're finally where we can add a port forward. Now for me, I do need to click add a new single port forward here. For you, you might just have a list of all these different ports, but one thing you will notice that is the same is it'll ask for 2 different ports, it'll have some sort of a protocol, and it'll have some sort of like identification or application name. Now for device IP, it allows me to put in an IP address here. For you, it might just be a drop-down box of all the devices connected to your internet. Either way, it's going to work the exact same. So once you've found your port forward, most likely an advanced or an administration tab or a security tab or an apps and gaming, then it's time to add the port forward. So for me, the application name or ID is just going to be Minecraft. You can put whatever you want there, but Minecraft, that's just going to tell us what this port forward is for. Now, for external port or anything to do with port, if you see the word port at all, P-O-R-T, you see the word port at all, you're going to enter in the number 25565. Internal port. Look at that. There's our handy little port word. We were looking for the word port there because if we see the word port, it's pretty easy. We just put in 25565 right like so. So internal port, external port, port 1, port 2, outside port, inside port. It doesn't matter what they call it. Just put in 25565 there. Now for protocol, you're going to do both, or you're going to do TCP/UDP or UDP/TCP. Either way, you want to make sure both protocols are selected. If you can, for whatever reason, just select one. Just hit your port forward twice, once for TCP and once for UDP, leaving all the other information the same. However, if you do have the selection to select both at the same time, go ahead and do that. Now for device IP, this is going to be that local IPv4 address that we got earlier. So in my case, 192.168.1.123. Yours is going to be whatever your IPv4 address is. However, you do have a list of drop-downs, and all of the devices connected to your internet are listed there. You want to click on the computer that you're starting your server on, so your computer there, and it will go ahead and be good to go. Now at this point, you can go ahead and save or apply your port forward. However, some people might need an external or outside IP for their port forward. If that's the case, no worries whatsoever, because everyone watching this video needs their public external IP address, because that's how your friends are going to join your server. Yep, your friends are going to join off of your public IP address. So how do we find that? Well, we go to the description. What is my IP? Boom, there it is. So on this screen, most of it is blacked out for you, right? So over here, the IPv6, that's all blacked out. The location, my ISP, even the IPv4 address is blacked out, except for those last 3 digits, 211. That's all you can see, because you want to see that that's the same thing I'm entering into Minecraft later. So nevertheless, you can see here why it is so important that if you want a public server for anyone else than people you trust, it is important to go with Apex Minecraft hosting, because right there is your location. That is where you live, right? This website doesn't give you as much information as you can actually get from the IP address. As you can see, there's an IP lookup up here. You can click on that, enter in an IP address, and see all the information that people can get from an IP. It's kind of scary, and that's why it is so important to keep this as private as possible. Pretty much everything is blacked out except 211 here. But yeah, nevertheless, once you're here, go ahead and copy that IPv4 address. Now, this is your public IPv4 address. Don't want to get it too confusing here, but basically this is your public IP here. Go ahead and copy that. And then if you did need that for your port forward, come back over to the port forward and enter it in. Click apply, click OK, save your port forward, and you're good to go. Now, the hard part is done, everyone. We have port forwarded. All we need to do is double click on that server.jar, go ahead and launch our server on up. Now, I would recommend waiting until your server is started before you open up Minecraft, because for some reason there is an issue with Minecraft and it doesn't like to launch when a server is launching at the same time. I don't know what that is. It's just something I've noticed. So we're going to go ahead and let this server start up. And then once the server is started up, I will launch up Minecraft and join on in to this server to show you everything is working. At this point, your server is set up. We just need to join it. So there we go. We can see done. That means it is set up. I'm going to drag this over to here. Just kind of get it out of the way. Now we can go ahead and open up Minecraft. So we open up Minecraft here. I'm going to be playing latest release 1.15.2. Click on play there. It's going to open things right on up, and then we'll be good to go. So as you can see, opening up Minecraft. There we go. So Minecraft is now opening up. And then once we're on the Minecraft main menu, we're just going to direct connect to this server. You can add it as one of your servers and it will be there, but I'm just going to direct connect just because that's easier. So I'm going to drag this here, click on multiplayer. During an online, you may be exposed to chat messages. That's interesting. It's the first time they've ever showed that. There we go. Anyway, let's go ahead and click on Direct Connect here. And then once we click on Direct Connect, just paste in that public IP address. Now again, all you can see is 211. We've blacked out the first part of this IP. You can just see 211 there, but nevertheless, that is okay. That's just so you know that everything is in fact the same as, well, it was on the website earlier. Now if we go ahead and click Join Server, you'll see it join in over here in the chat log. There it is. There's me joining into the server, and then here I am on the server, playing, having fun, enjoying. I can run around, I can break blocks, and because we opt ourselves earlier in this video, we can actually do things like /game mode creative. Now only you, or only people who have op on your server will be able to do that, but it is still pretty cool there. We can also go back to game mode survival, right like so, and place blocks down and break wood and all that stuff that we want to do, we can do that. So awesome stuff there, and congratulations, you have a server set up. Now at this point, you might not have been able to join your server off of your public IP address. If that was the case, no worries, as long as your friends can join your server off of your public IP address. If your friends can't join off of your public IP address, then there's an issue either with your port forward or Windows Defender. See, we disabled it earlier in this video, but Windows Defender could be blocking the connection, or it could be a firewall on your computer like an antivirus like Norton, or it could be a firewall on your router blocking the connection from your friends joining. However, what if you can't join? You might be like, well, Nick, what if I can't join off of my public IP address? How do I join my server? Well, let's go ahead and disconnect here. And then from that, we want to go ahead and click on Direct Connect. And this time, we want to go ahead and enter in our IPv4 address. So there it is, hit enter, and then we will see over here that we have joined on in. See, there's where I left the game, and there's where I rejoined it, and we're back in the same spot. So you can join off of your IPv4 address, the one that you found, and that's just on your computer, your local IPv4 address. You can join off of that, but your friends can only join off your public IP that we got off of that website. So there you have it. That is how you can download, install, set up, do everything that you need to do to get a Minecraft server to play Minecraft with your friends. If you do have any questions, let us know in the comment section down below. We try our best to answer as many comments as possible. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if it did help you out. And if you do want just an awesome survival Minecraft experience or an incredible Skyblock server to play, enjoy, and just have a ton of fun on, play.breakdowncraft.com is the way to go. Come play with us. Play.breakdowncraft.com is the IP. Just direct connect to it like you just did, or add it as a server in Minecraft, and you'll be good to go. So thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more awesome content every single day of the week. My name is Nick, this has been The Breakdown, and I'm out. Peace.